So if you are drowning in clutter and not really sure how to get rid of bulky items like heavy furniture or old appliances in Stockton, you're going to want to keep watching because we are about to simplify your life in this explainer.
Look, getting rid of junk doesn't actually have to be overwhelming if you just know the right steps to take. And getting this process right is absolutely essential. It's not just about your own convenience, it's about directly contributing to the cleanliness and environmental responsibility of our entire community.
Okay, here is our roadmap for today. We'll quickly cover the basics of bulk trash, how to schedule your pickup, the rules and prep tips you need to know, alternative disposal options, and then we'll wrap up with some FAQs and a final recap.
Section 1. The basics of bulk trash. To help keep our city clean and green, Stockton provides a fantastic service called the Clean Sweep program. It basically ensures you don't have to handle massive, heavy loads all by yourself or risk improper disposal. This is a seasonal, totally free bulk waste collection service that runs annually from February 1st through October 31st. But the crucial takeaway here is that this is an appointment-only service, and it's designed specifically for residential properties with up to 3 units. So we're talking single-family homes, duplexes, or triplexes right within the city limits.
Moving right along to Section 2, scheduling your pickup.
All right, so how do you actually get this stuff collected? Well, Stockton uses a dual franchise system for waste management. That means your very first task is figuring out who your specific service provider is. You can easily do this just by looking at the color of your regular garbage cart's body. And I mean the body itself, not the lid. If you have brown cart bodies, your provider is Republic Services. If you have green cart bodies, your provider is Waste Management or WM.
Once you know who your provider is, you've got to contact them to schedule your free pickup. You can call them up directly, or you can use their 24/7 online account portals. But here is the catch. You must do this at least 2 weeks before your desired pickup date. They'll gather your info, verify your address, and then you'll just place your approved items out at the curb the evening before your collection day. Remember, no walk-ins. Unnotified piles are simply going to be ignored by the drivers. It is strictly by appointment.
All right, Section 3, Rules and Preparation Tips.
Now, booking the pickup is the easy part, right? But prepping your pile is where you really have to follow the city's strict regulations. You are strictly limited to 3 cubic yards of waste per free pickup. To put that into perspective, you're looking at a single pile measuring no more than 3 feet high, 9 feet long, and 3 feet wide.
Furthermore, if you're bagging up smaller refuse or green waste, you're allowed a maximum of 6 30-gallon bags. But each individual bag or rigid box must weigh 40 pounds or less. This weight limit is super important so the containers don't just burst or tear open when the collection crews are manually handling them.
Let's look at the strict contrast between what is allowed and what's going to trigger a rejected pickup. You are good to go with large furniture, mattresses, rolled carpets, appliances, e-waste like TVs, and even up to 5 unmounted passenger tires. On the flip side, strict state and local policies completely prohibit construction debris, so no dirt, no rock, no concrete. You also cannot include hazardous waste, medical waste, or any kind of loose, unbagged debris.
Now, to ensure your pickup goes smoothly and your stuff doesn't just get tagged and left on the curb, you literally must prepare your items using a few precise handling guidelines. Any items covered in fabric, like mattresses and box springs, have to be wrapped in plastic. Drawers, take those out of dressers to keep the weight manageable. Carpets must be tightly rolled and securely tied. If you're tossing a refrigerator or freezer, the Freon must be extracted by a certified professional first. And of course, make sure all your smaller items are safely contained in heavy-duty bags or rigid boxes.
Next up, Section 4, Alternative Disposal Options.
So, what if you have items the city just won't take? Or maybe you've already used your one free pickup for the year. Don't worry, you've got some pretty great options. First up are the drive-through recycling events. These are awesome community resources organized under the Clean City Initiative where you can legally dump bulky items. They run on Saturdays from 8 a.m. to noon in various city council districts. Just remember to bring an ID or utility bill to prove you're a Stockton resident. The loading rules are strict, though. You have to stay in your vehicle, and all drop-off materials must be in the bed of a pickup truck or a cargo hatch. Staff cannot reach into your passenger seats. These events take appliances and e-waste, and they even offer free on-site confidential paper shredding and free bags of compost, which is pretty cool.
For dangerous materials that are totally barred from curbside pickup, you'll need to visit the specialized San Joaquin County Household Hazardous Waste Facility over on R.A. Bridgeford Street. It's completely free for residential households within the county, and it's open Thursday through Sunday. What is really incredible about this facility is they have a reuse room. They actually sort out unexhausted household chemicals, paints, and fertilizers and make them available to the public entirely for free.
Now, if you are dealing with massive amounts of debris, construction waste, or you just simply need immediate full-service removal right now, you're going to want to look into private services or commercial waste franchisees. Companies like Junk King offer really fast, eco-friendly same-day appointments. Mattress Disposal Plus is great because they specialize in hauling heavy, awkward furniture. And for massive cleanouts or commercial operations, providers like Casella offer flexible roll-off dumpster rentals and bulk e-waste recycling.
And finally, Section 5, FAQs and a final recap.
Let's wrap up this explainer by tackling some of the most common edge case questions that pop up. First question. It is notoriously easy to underestimate the size of your junk pile. So what's the actual penalty for going over that 3 cubic yard limit we talked about earlier?
Well, if you go over the limit, your franchise hauler is going to hit you with an incremental volumetric overage surcharge. Basically, you'll be billed for the extra volume. But be very, very careful here. If your pile is massively oversized, like exceeding 10 cubic yards, that is a severe code violation. The haulers will outright reject the pickup and refer your address directly to city code enforcement.
Next up, look, a lot of people just want to get the junk out of their house immediately, but timing is highly regulated. So can you start building your pile at the curb a few days early?
The answer is absolutely no. Bulk waste piles must be set out the evening immediately preceding your collection day. Setting items out early creates urban blight, blocks public rights-of-way, and trust me, it will result in code enforcement citations and some pretty hefty administrative removal fees.
Okay, last one. What if you live in a large apartment complex and you need to throw out an old sofa? The rules actually change significantly depending on your housing structure.
That free Clean Sweep program is exclusively for properties with up to 3 units. If you live in a multifamily complex of 4 units or more, you must coordinate directly with your landlord or property manager to arrange for proper commercial disposal. You definitely cannot just leave your couch by the complex's dumpsters, because that leads to illegal dumping, contamination, and big overage charges for the business.
I really hope this explainer has empowered you to finally conquer your clutter and navigate Stockton's waste systems like a pro. Just a quick reminder to always verify current information with official City of Stockton channels or your specific hauler before acting, because regulations and limits can definitely change over time. You know, as we think about all the stuff we throw away, it really begs the question, how much of our bulk waste could be repurposed or avoided entirely before it ever even reaches the curb? Thanks for learning with me today.